today you're going to be taking some notes. As usual, you can find these notes underneath the classwork tab. They're labeled Notes 517. If you click on them, you'll see they are like our traditional notes with the red text boxes for you to fill in. You do have some maps to look at, though, and answer in a graph as well on your third slide. So make sure that you are carefully reading those questions and using the maps to help you, which I have also attached to this classroom tab. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Feel free to pause or rewatch anything from this presentation to make sure that you do not miss any of the important details. So we'll be having our quiz over this empire on Wednesday. So today we're going to start talking about the Kushan Empire. We first see them emerge in 135 BCE. The NZ people reached the kingdom of Greco-Bactria and displaced the Greeks to start their own rule. Once they have established themselves, we'll see many different dynasties rule from 135 BCE to 80 CE until Kushan established himself as king and started to create the basis of the Kushan Empire. The empire will grow to include northern India and western Middle East from about 80 CE to 127 CE, about 40 years of growth. Then we'll see that the first king comes to power, Kanishka I, and he will establish the three core cities, including Hapsa, which was a major trade center for all of Afro-Eurasia. And this will be from about 127 to 140 CE. The empire will continue to grow and expand through 140 to 160 CE until the king Kushika began to consolidate and limit the empire. From there, they'll have about 30 years of peace and prosperity until they really start to crumble around 190 CE. And this fall will last until about 225 CE. Vasudeva, the last Kushan emperor, will rule during this time period. So not a terribly long-lasting empire, but still they'll play a major role in the development of our modern world. The most important role they will play is going to be acting as the middleman of Era 3. I'm asking you two brainstorming questions. What does it mean to be a middleman? And how could a kingdom, empire, or society be considered a middleman? So take a second and answer those. We're going to try and use some maps to help us figure out what this means. The Kushan Empire was a society in Central Asia that overlapped with the Han Dynasty and the Roman Empire, and it will play an important role in the interactions between the Han and the Roman. So we just went over our timeline. You can see a little more clearly here where it fits in the relationship with other groups in the world. So again, the shortest lasting empire out of these two. But again, they're going to be the middleman that connects these two groups. They were known as the middlemen for trade in Afro-Eurasia during Era 3. And another clue to help us figure out what this term middleman means. So on this map, we can see the Han in red. And then we have the Roman Empire in purple. Then we have the Kushan Empire in this yellowish color. And our red lines represent our Silk Road. So again, thinking, what might middleman mean? Looking at our first map to think about the geography of the region during this time period, we're going to quickly review the Han Dynasty. So looking at the map, what landmarks can you use to help you find and draw the Han Empire on a larger blank map? So make sure that you pay special attention to some of the geographic features that we've talked about in the past. Second map that we're going to look at, again, reviewing the Roman Empire. What landmarks could you use to help you find and draw the Roman Empire on a blank map? Again, look for some of those geographic features that we've talked about. Our third map, we'll look at our new empire, the Kushan Empire. So there are really two maps here, both representing the same time period. On the left map, you can see the dotted line representing the Kushan territory. Also in that same color, you'll see some of the geographic features listed. And on the map to the right, again, you see the Kushan Empire labeled in that blue color. And you can see some of the more human geographic features as far as the different ruling groups in these regions. So again, what landmarks could you use to find and draw the Kushan Empire on a blank map? So then again, going back to our Silk Road map, think about how they might all be connected. And if you need more time to look at these maps, you do have them attached to your Google Classroom so you can look at them again. Now with the development of trade, we're going to see the first large-scale economic system emerge that will stretch across the globe. And with this, we're going to need some form of currency. And the Kushans are really going to be the first to have a global form of currency. Kushan coins often followed a Hellenistic or Greek style with a god or deity on one side and a ruler on the other. Kings were generally shown with a profile, standing, or even on a horse. Profile means the side of your face. Persians will influence the Kushan coins by including information about what kings ruled at what time. And over 30 different gods have been identified on Kushan coins from Greek, Persian, and Indian belief systems. There are also clear influences from Buddhism, Hinduism, and Zoroastrianism in these coins. Zoroastrianism is a religion that we have not talked about. It's going to be a small group of people and really is not practiced today. But it's interesting to note that all of these coins have different images from different religions and different cultural groups. As the Kushans act as the middleman, it's going to influence their society. So they are going to begin to incorporate cultural elements from the groups that they interact with. So again, continuing to think about what it means to be a middleman. And you'll learn more about that when you complete your reading. But at this point, we're done with the notes for today. If you have any questions, please let me know, or please pre-watch any part of this video. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.